Alright, so this is the back of the test review. Now for this one it says, which of the following represents the solution set for the inequality? This is one of the ones that you are going to have to show your work on the test, because if you just try to use Desmos to help you, all you're going to get is an 8. So we know 8 is the solution, but we don't know which way the arrow goes. You might know that what type of circle it is, but you're not going to know which way the arrow goes until you solve it. So this will be 5 times 1x and then 5 times 1. So that's 5x plus 5 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 7x minus 8. All right. And then we draw our line, and over here we'll have our x's. So 5x stays over here, but this x, when I bring my 7x over, it becomes a negative 7x. And then over here I would have negative 8, did not change signs. Negative 3 had to, because cross the line, change the sign, and then negative 5, cross the line, change the sign. So over here, if you add this up using your Desmos calculator, you will get a negative 2x, and if you add everything up over here, you'll get a negative 16. So notice what's about to happen. We're about to divide by a negative number. And since I'm dividing by any negative number, it could be a negative 2, negative whatever, that means my symbol is going to flip, which means now my symbol goes this way. All right? So, and the answer, we already knew the answer was 8, but we didn't know which way the inequality was supposed to point. Now, once again, we have a left hand sign, so it is a closed circle because it has the equal to, and the circle points to the left because it is the less than symbol. So that's how the ones on your test is. Remember to go ahead and move that to where the 8 is. When solving an equation, how do you know the answer is no solution? The answer is no solution if you notice at the end when you solve it, you have like 5 equals 8 or negative 7 equals 12. So when you solve something and you see that these two solutions are not equals and there's no variables left over, there will be no variables left over. 5 equals 8, or like these two numbers will be different, and the lines will be parallel. All right? So that's how we know. When solving an equation, how do you know the answer is infinite solutions? Once again, infinite solutions, once again, will have no variable, but it'll be like 5 equals 5, or 8 equals 8, or negative 7 equals negative 7. The two numbers will be equal to each other, but there will be no variable. This, we learned it a little bit different, so just really try your best when we get to those questions. Okay. This right here, you should be able to do this with no problem. We've been working on this for like the past 3 months of school. I'm exaggerating a little bit. This was on DPM yesterday, so I'm not going to do that one with you, but this one here is one that we did yesterday in our notes. A customer is ordering hats and t-shirts from an online store. Each hat costs $7. So we know it's $7 for the hats, and each t-shirt costs $10. Remember we talked about how you're going to start seeing 2 eaches. You're not just looking for 1 each every year per. You're looking for 2 each every in pers. So $7 for the hats, $10 for the shirts. The customer receives free shipping if the amount of the order is over 100. You need to know which symbol means we're going over 100. Is it less than or greater than? It will be greater than 100. Write an inequality that represents all possible combinations of hats X. Please understand, on your test, there's one problem where they might try to flip it on you, but it clearly says hats is X. So it should be 7 with the X and t-shirts with the Y. You have to make sure 7 is with X, 10 is with Y, and you use the greater than 100. All right, so fill in those blanks. The last one is a solving problem. It says Ivana was solving a problem, but Chris told her she made a mistake. Do you agree with Chris? Well, in order to agree with Chris, I want you to go ahead and solve it yourself and see. After you do your first step, does it come out like this? Then after you do your next step, does it come out like this, so you can see where the mistake was made? Number 13, I want you to solve it by yourself, either using Desmos or using all of the steps. But for the problem like this, you're probably going to have to show all your steps, because if you put this in Desmos, it's not going to show you where the 2 lines cross. So this one, you're going to have to show your work. All right. Then after this, please look in the Wednesday folder. Don't do this. I would say you can skip this, or you can do this at home for extra practice. But in the Wednesday folder, there was a unit, no, it's a practice test. And your practice test is going to be the next thing you need to do. See ya.